Hi everyone, I'm Fahana. I'm an OISC immigration advisor at Tulia, and welcome to the Spouses and Immigration Podcast EP2. So today we're going to be talking about how to deal with domestic violence as a migrant spouse in the UK. So for more information, you can feel free to contact our website, which is www.tulia.org.uk, which will contain various booking options for you if you are dealing with a similar type of issue. So firstly, we're going to go into discussing about what is domestic violence. So domestic violence is actually recognised as an incident or pattern of incidents of controlling, coercive, threatening, degrading and violent behaviour. So this can include sexual violence, physical violence, emotional violence, and the majority of cases are usually caused by a partner or an ex-partner. So what are the signs of domestic violence? Essentially, you might notice that your partner's jealous and possessive. They might be charming one minute and abusive the next. For example, they might tell you what to wear, where to go, who to see, what to do, what not to do. They might constantly be putting you down. They might be playing mind games and making you doubt your own judgment, controlling your own money, for example, so that you're dependent on them. They might be pressuring you into having sexual intercourse, and you might feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells with them, so you avoid trying to make them angry, and they might even control access to your devices and monitor your devices, such as your phone, your social media, and they might use anger and intimidation to frighten and control you. So what can you do, and what effect can it have on your spouse visa? So essentially, if you are sort of on a spouse visa and you're noticing that your relationship is suffering due to domestic violence, it might be that there's a route available for you, which is to apply for domestic violence indefinite leave to remain. So this is usually where an applicant falls under the category where they're a victim of domestic violence. They're living in the UK with limited leave to remain as a spouse or a registered civil partner or unmarried partner of a settled or British person or a person with refugee leave. So the relationship must have broken down due to domestic violence, and the applicant must be in the UK at the time of making the application. So essentially, what can happen in some circumstances is that your visa might be curtailed whilst you're on this spouse visa, but you might not have realised that you're actually a victim of domestic abuse. So that might be an option that you want to explore. It might be that you're still in a relationship, you're still on the spouse visa, and you notice that you're a victim of domestic abuse. So you can then proceed to applying for indefinite leave to remain as a victim of domestic abuse. However, there are various categories which you would be required to meet.